Welcome to the Adhocracy Show, the show for people who know how to kiss.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm JD Melville.
And I'm David Landeen. Now, before you get too confused with this beginning, we're talking about simple design, and so KISS means keep it simple, stupid.
Phew.
Yeah, this would make a very awkward episode. This isn't a late Valentine's Day episode or anything. We know it was a week ago.
Now, usually when designers come to design in the new, absolutely new to it, usually we come to it just trying things out. We somehow get our hands on a version of Photoshop. We start playing around with it.
Yeah.
And then, we're designers.
Absolutely.
And
as designers, we try to use every single effect possible.
As many filters as possible to really make it stand out from the page.
I mean, they have all those tools on the side.
Right.
I mean, they're there for a reason. Use them, every single one.
And that filter menu and the liquify menu.
I don't know, why would they be there if not to use?
It needs to have a drop shadow and be beveled and embossed.
That's always what looks good. Well, we've all been there.
We have.
I've made this mistake in video, same type of thing where you try and use effects, you make it black and white and sepia tone, and then you throw one of those old-timey filters on it, and then you distort the sides and you put a vignette on there. Yeah, okay. We've all kind of been those new designers. So, and I think also as you're starting a new project, even now, I'm one that I brainstorm by throwing as much in there as possible. I feel like I just gotta get it all out of my head. And like my first design is always very complicated.
Yeah, usually depending on the time and what you have to do. Sometimes you're just coming to it and you're trying to make it look good. Some people say you can't polish a turd. Mythbusters did.
They did
disprove that you can polish a turd. Yeah. And in design you can too. You can basically make something look nicely designed, but it's a bad idea. And so really what we're looking for here is we want to give you a few steps to keep you from falling into the trap of going too complicated on these things.
Exactly. So once you have your initial design, once you have what you feel may be the right direction, it's time to simplify. Step 1, discover your true message. Figure out what the one single message that you need to portray in your design, in your video, in whatever it is that you're doing, and make sure you understand that, because if you don't understand what your message is, it's very easy to complicate things because you have too many messages going on at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to make sure that if this is an ad, whatever this is, it's going to accomplish a certain purpose. There's something there for it to do, and you want everything to support that message, that ability to get to where you want to. Whether it's selling, whether it's putting a video on YouTube, whatever it might be, you want that message to be loud and clear. Which comes to our second point. The second point, you want to make sure that you don't have any unnecessary elements. There was when I was going through school, there were a couple people, professors that would teach us how to do this by basically saying, okay, make your design, now start taking elements out, like just delete them. If the element wasn't supporting the message, it doesn't need to be there. Everything should help that one message. And of course, I mean, this goes across video, it goes across print, It goes to advertising, it goes to writing, it goes to any kind of creative endeavor, really.
Yeah. And then the third step, after you kind of have taken away those elements and you feel like it's good, you got to take yourself out of it. Sometimes we're so attached to a filter or an effect or something that for us it looks amazing, but for everybody else it may distract from that singular message. Take yourself out of it, maybe showing it to somebody else. It's kind of like when you're cleaning your room and you feel like it's perfectly clean, you got to go ask your mom, is my room clean? Then she says, no, it's absolutely not. You need to de-junk this entire place. And then she goes, gets a garbage bag and she starts throwing stuff away, and then you start crying and,
This sounds a little personal.
I had some issues, okay? All right.
I actually had something like this happen not too long ago where we were creating logos, and I had some really cool logos and stuff, but one of the things that we all said is, okay, we need to go ask people outside of this group, because we knew the name of the product, but did some of my designs, do they read? Can you actually read throughout this cool design stuff? Could you actually read what the product was? Because we knew the name, we were seeing it. taking ourselves out of it and finding out really helped us to kind of narrow things down and be like, oh, okay, that, I either need to adjust it or I need to fix it. So.
And there you have it, the Adhocracy foolproof 3-step process to simplifying your designs. There probably could be a lot more steps, but that would kind of negate this entire video because it'd become way too complicated. Absolutely. So, next time you're with a client and you're starting a project, remember to kiss. That came out wrong. I made it too complicated.
Yeah, you kind of... Well, let's move on.
All right.
One of the cool things about this show, when we first started, we basically made a bunch of scripts.
Yep.
We had written to last week. Last week we hit all of the scripts we had written kind of to start our show and be like, okay, this is what, where we wanted to start. So now we're going to play around a little. We're going to try some new things. We're going to try some different elements. This week, because I haven't seen David for
it's been
a full week.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Because we only talk to each other when we're here.
Yeah.
It's the only time we talk.
Well, and I think I need a little bit of water.
Oh, yeah, I'm kind of getting thirsty. I think it's time to go to the water cooler.
It's time to go to the water cooler. Oh, hey, David.
Hey, JD. How's it going?
What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. How's your week?
Oh, it was pretty good. It was busy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've got a lot to do still.
I know. Anything fun, going on?
Well, big projects, and
Yeah.
I mean, we got through Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, I did have to apologize to my wife. I didn't really get her anything. I got her some chapstick.
Oh, chapstick.
It was rough. But hey, I had a great opportunity to share with her a nice video that kind of apologized to her.
Oh, that's good. Lucky you had that. 'Cause you could have been in some big trouble without it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, speaking of videos, I saw this video the other day. It's really funny. Kind of the hipster videos where they're all talking about making things. And So I want to show you this video. It's called The Maker. I saw it on Vimeo.
Okay, The Maker.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, so the style.
I've always loved making things with my hands, something that's tactile, that I can feel with my fingers, and I can feel with my soul even. Other people have their passions. Sports players love to play their sports.
They do love playing their sports.
Yes.
Musicians love to play their music pieces. But for me, I love to make toast.
If you get a chance, you gotta watch this video. It is hilarious. It is. I watched it just this morning and I was laughing the whole time because I've seen these videos before. I've probably made some of these videos before, and this one is the best parody out there of a guy who loves making toast. He talks about some toasters, like new ones have buttons. No, I only stick with the ones with levers. And it's we'll have a link down below, but it is so funny.
That's funny. And talking about YouTube videos, if you remember on the Super Bowl commercial, there was the Taco Bell Quesalupa.
Yep.
And they've been doing lots of ads. In the teasers and in the commercial, there was a guy called the Texas Law Hawk.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I remember that. I had no idea what it was. I feel like I missed the trend on there or something.
Yeah. I mean, I'm usually up on what memes and what things are out there, and I had no clue what this guy is. So I looked it up. I found out who he is.
I kind of felt like all of my YouTube watching wasn't worth anything.
Yeah, like
how did I miss this?
So this is the Texas Law Hawk. It shows him in all these patriotic type things, and it's a pretty funny commercial. And I'm pretty sure it's legit.
Brian Wilson, Texas Law Hawk, Talons of Justice.
It feels like a parody.
Brian Wilson.
It does.
It feels like
Texas Law Hawk.
Well, the guy, this guy is obviously smiling. He's obviously kind of having a good time at this, but everything seems legit. Like it's like he's got the web page.
He does have a website.
Yeah. So that's the Texas Law Hawk. Now you know. And it's interesting because his videos, I mean, one of them has like 1.5 million views.
I mean, which we would love to have 1.5 million views, but still, I mean,
for like a viral
Super Bowl
video,
commercial, being a Super Bowl commercial, that's not a lot of views.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Interesting, right?
have you seen? I mean, I just basically saw this shotgun approach. Lawn Doctor, it's a lawn company. They just made like 50 videos and are just putting them out there to see which ones stick. And they're very simple commercials, but like this one is one of their higher viewed one. It's
horseshoes. I long for you.
the guy singing about how he...
I can't throw you anymore. Those mosquitoes and ticks in my yard, and it makes me
So,
sad.
get your yard back, or get your backyard back. And it says lawn doctor. And they have like a whole bunch, like all different, that they are, it's just so random.
That's interesting. Because, I mean, going back to our lesson earlier, they're not really going for one message. They're basically, like you said, shotgunning.
Shotgun approach.
Like,
But,
here's 1,000 messages, and hopefully someone sees this and orders.
I'm interested to see like what happens, like if any of them like just go super viral, because I mean they're clever. But yeah, how about Oprah? Let's just go to it.
So yeah,
This is the joy for me. I love bread. I love bread.
So when you hear that, like it's Oprah.
It is
talking about
Oprah.
how much she loves bread, and no idea what it's about at this point. You know,
and we've got some coworkers. I was talking to them, and they were saying how watching this, they thought it was going to be for like send money to this third world
she
country.
always has
Yeah.
these charities, right? So keep watching.
I now just manage it, so I don't deny myself bread. I have bread every day. I have bread every day. That's the
And
genius
it's for Weight
of this
Watchers.
It's
program.
Weight
I lost
Watchers.
26 pounds, and
So,
I have eaten bread.
I was
every
watching this
single
show with
day.
my wife, and this is one of the problems with like Netflix and Hulu and some of those TV ones is you'll get like one or two commercials and they come on every time, and it was between this and another yogurt commercial. My wife hated the yogurt commercial. I hated this one. And it just kept playing and playing, and each time I was like, I want bread, you know, like it just keeps getting more and more. And there's parody videos.
Yeah, it was just having to watch it over and over and over again.
I mean, there's definitely a message there that like, hey, you could be in Weight Watchers and eat bread. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I love bread. If I've done diets where I haven't had bread, it's not pretty. I get pretty irritable. I'm not an irritable person, but
I love garlic bread. I could eat garlic bread every day.
But yeah, that commercial kept being a little much for me. But actually, the show that I was watching with this commercial, it was Superstore. Have you heard of it? It's kind of new.
Haven't heard of that one.
So there's 10 episodes out. And
season 1. What network is it?
Is it CBS?
Is it NBC?
NBC? I think Superstore.
NBC.
So we basically started watching, like, okay, let's give it a go. Watch one episode. Oh, hey, that's kind of funny. Second episode. And then 12 o'clock hits, and we had watched 8 episodes. We had completely binge watched 8, and there's so much funny stuff in it.
Oh man.
It feels okay. Obviously, it's sort of making fun of, not necessarily of Walmart, but it seems like it's set in a Walmart type thing because they've got like the blue vests. Yeah,
it's Walmart.
yeah. It kind of like Chuck, where it was
Best Buy.
It was definitely Best Buy,
Yeah.
but they didn't say Best Buy on it. But it has sort of the feel of like My Name Is Earl and Raising Hope, the guys who did that.
Okay.
Where it's people learning lessons in kind of backwards ways and ways that you're like, okay, that's not really how that should be learned, but But then it's also got these, like each character can kind of have their own storyline and you can kind of follow them, kind of like Community or Parks and Rec.
Oh, man. Okay.
It's pretty good. You might need to give it a go. Yeah.
All right, well, we've kind of been over here at the water cooler for a long time.
We should probably
get
get back
We
to
don't
the
wanna
desk.
I don't wanna All right, well, let us know in the comments below about your ways of keeping your design simple. If there's any companies out there that you feel have amazing simple designs or a minimalistic look to them.
Yeah, if you have any tricks of your trade of how you keep it simple and how you keep it kind of tuned down to one message, let us know in the comments below.
Or submit some topics for the water cooler because we want to continue this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, share this video with families and friends.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Yeah, please do.
And for your made-up fact of the day, due to global warming, squirrels are no longer vegan.
So they're eating flesh?
You gotta do something.
That can't be true.
Have you ever met a non-vegan squirrel?
I haven't met a squirrel.
It's dangerous.